Is this thing on? It's on now. Wonderful. Welcome to XSplit's panel of the day. No BS streaming with XSplit. Do you see what we did there? Got the OBS. We're friends of OBS. It's all good. We're not here like hard sell you anything. You guys already know about XSplit. It's all good. We're all on the same team, so it's all fun. It's just all for the love. Today, though, what we want to do is talk about our community members, like the people that use XSplit. These guys sneaking in, trying to take the front row. Yeah, I see you. We're here to talk to our community members and just talk to you about what we do here at XSplit and stuff like that. So we got guys here. We got, you know, Spooky. If you're in the FGC at all, you know Spooky. Yeah, that's what's up. We got AJ, High Gai, LT Zonda.
Hello.
And my man Brad in UGR. How you doing, guys? You doing good? Ah, so Spooky. You're a pretty high-end streamer, some might say.
No, please.
No way, man. So you've been doing sort of FGC tournaments, which is fight game community. You all know that, right? I don't have to explain that. Sweet. Fighting game community stuff for a while now. What got you into that? Where did that begin?
So for me, before I got into broadcasting, I was going to my favorite arcade, Chinatown Fair in New York a lot. And every time I would go, I would see all these guys fighting against each other. And to me, it was like entertainment. I was like eating popcorn and watching these guys beat the crap out of each other all day. And one day I said to myself, man, it's a shame that nobody takes this and records it or tries to broadcast it. So I decided, hey, I'm going to run like a small tournament and maybe broadcast ourselves playing against each other. And that started doing so well and became so popular, just that small thing, that it made me want to continue doing it.
Nice, man. And you're working with XSplit now.
Yes, I am now the product manager specifically for XSplit Broadcaster.
Damn, that's an ascent. Like
going
from the arcades to like project manager.
Not what I thought would be happening.
Yeah,
not even close.
That's nice, man. AJ. Hey. Yeah.
Hello.
Anyone seen AJ streams before? Seen High Gai with a shake weight? Yeah, I see some hands going up.
I see. They're like, what are those? What is he doing? Does he have two microphones? I don't know. But
how did you get started, man?
You know, I actually wanted to become like a comedian, a Japanese comedian. I was like, but then Japanese comedian in the United States. I'm like, how am I going to propose that? So I was like, I actually went to events and I'm like, okay, I got to start like practicing these Japanese routines. How do I do that? And then I kind of got into streaming. I'm like, okay, there's a live audience. There's like hurtful comments here and there, but you know, if I can just go ahead and talk to them.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised, but then I feel like I build tolerance right there, right? But then I start streaming, I start enjoying it. I saw a lot of comments saying they're enjoying it too, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep on going. I used to stream mainly in Japanese. Now I do bilingual. It's interesting, man. There's like Japanese comments and English comments interacting with each other. Amazing.
Nice, man. Zonda. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man.
Well, I was really loud then.
Yeah.
I feel like I always get the loudest microphone, but it's probably because I just shout at everything I do. See, look, he's turned me down already.
You go, man. So you've been streaming for a little while now, but I remember talking to you just recently. I was like, because you're like, what, 22, 23?
22. Turned 23 2 days before Christmas.
But
I'm getting old.
Yeah, he's getting old. Yeah. I'm like, you're so old. But the thing was, I was talking to you a little while ago, and I was like, so how long have you been doing this kind of thing? And you were like, oh, about 7 years or so, man. And I was like,
well, yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch now for about 2.5. But I've been doing YouTube for about 6-7 years in total now. For a long, long time, just kind of like part-time, just for fun. It's kind of like my escape from real life when I was at school and stuff, because I wasn't a cool kid at school. So I made videos. But yeah, so then I started doing Twitch streaming about 2.5 years ago. I got extremely lucky when GTA took off, and I'm lucky enough to call it a full-time job now, which is pretty friggin' sweet.
That's awesome, man. Brandon.
Is this on?
Are you even on?
Is it good? We're good? Okay. Basically, I started a website about 2012 called UGR Gaming, which is a lot of people don't know, but it was a website that I started, and I kind of fell into Twitch by mistake and thought it was like, oh, it's a great way to market my website. And I was like, okay, well, it's probably not going to work that well if I have to actually be on there, and I'm a person, not a website. And I eventually turned into UGR and then just became more about myself and just the comedy and me being weird and trying to be funny on the internet which usually doesn't work. But no, it's working because that was awkward. See? That's how my streams are.
That wasn't awkward at all, sir.
Are you sure?
Fine. No, that
are you
was
sure?
fine.
I'm feeling very good about that. I feel very good right now.
It was good. It was good.
It's good. You were good.
But yeah, pretty much that's how I started. My dream was to work in the gaming industry, and my website was a way to start like my building a portfolio, and then streaming turned it into something bigger, which is now like what I'm doing now as a living, which is crazy to say that like 4 years later that like here I am right now. I'm sitting on stage at TwitchCon on a panel with all you guys, and I'm used to sit in my room like, I wish I could do something cool with my life.
Famous.
Oh, I still
yeah.
sit in my room doing that.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do
Yeah,
that too. Yeah.
that's just life. Like I went outside earlier, it was all sunlight. I was just all like, used to being in dark rooms and halls. What is this? But yeah, so we've kind of like, I know a bunch of us. I know Zonda, you work with XSplit, but like same thing. Like XSplit will bring me in for stuff. But you guys, you legit work for XSplit. But like, how did your face like? I don't know if I legit work for XSplit. Nothing legitimate about what I do. Oh, damn. I had no idea. But like, how did you guys like, because before we all did any work with XSplit, we were kind of using XSplit and stuff like that. How did you like come to use an XSplit? How did you come to be part of this community?
So it was, I guess, a natural transition for me. Before the existence of XSplit, there were still other streaming applications out there,
Yeah,
and I
man.
was using those, and they were working okay. They were kind of, especially for, we're talking about 6 or 7 years ago, so they were getting the job done for that time. But the main reason that I chose to jump on XSplit is that they were one of the first to introduce 60 frames per second streaming, and that's very important in fighting games. When you're only streaming a fighting game in 30 FPS, it can be a little bit difficult to see some of the nuances, footsies, and certain techniques. But in 60 FPS, it's a lot easier to show that during a broadcast. So that was the main factor for me to switch to XSplit. Obviously, other applications can do the same thing now, but main reason I switched, I think.
Yeah, man. How about you, AJ? What's been your experience?
When I first started streaming, I was actually streaming on a streaming platform called Nico Nico, where it actually had its own little integration where you can just set up a cam and then just stream, and that's pretty much what I was doing. I have one cam and I'm like talking in crazy Japanese, like "Minasan konnichiwa," and they're like, but anyway.
I love it when he just slips into Japanese.
Like, yeah, they're like
he's from Japan, so it's not like it shouldn't be surprising. But for, like I'm always just like
he's like,
fluent in both languages, like perfectly. It's amazing.
but yeah. So and then I started wanting to do a lot more because first of all, that integration was pretty bad. Like it's completely pixelated. My audio's like jittery. And then I was like looking into like streaming programs, and then I tried a couple, but then kind of landed into XSplit, seeing like, oh man, this is quite easy. I just put it on, stream it, nice, and I just kept on doing it, and yeah, I still use it. I did try to go to OBS once.
Yeah. Nothing
I'm
wrong
sorry.
with OBS, dude.
No, but then
we're all friends.
yeah, but then I was like actually streaming on multi-platform, and then I realized back then OBS couldn't do that, so I'm like, oh, let's just go back to XSplit, and then it worked fine, so kept on doing it.
Nice, man. How about you, Zonda?
Well, yeah, I think when I first like started streaming, I think XSplit was the only thing that was really around. Like, I didn't even know there was like OBS and any other ones that are out there. I still don't really know because I'm.
I haven't even looked.
I'm pretty.
I got one and I'm done. Like, works.
Well, I'm pretty simple-minded. So if something's there, like I'll just use that. And then trying to make me change to something, that's like difficult. No, I'm lazy.
I'm with you.
Like,
I know what you mean.
I'm like the laziest streamer in the world.
Thing and it works, and you're just like,
Oh, dude, I've met companies and been introduced to people, and they're like, "Have you got a business card?" I'm like, "No." Professionalism? Of course not. So yeah, I'm very lazy, and like I think the XSplit for me was pretty simple to set up to begin with. Like I didn't even need to like kind of search up or get friends to help me out with pretty much everything I do, everything else. But yeah, XSplit was pretty simple. It was nice and easy. Like it does everything for you. I don't even have to like mess around with it. So yeah, it's pretty simple.
How about you, Brandon?
I was when I first started streaming, I like got the trial version. And I liked it a lot. And I ended up getting in contact with, the people who work at XSplit at the time when I wasn't working there. But I've always used it for like different things. Like I do a podcast as well, using it like for audio and stuff like that. But I've never used anything else besides XSplit my entire streaming career period. So that's why I'm here now, like XSplit. XSplit.
You're just being super real about this.
It's like,
That's why I'm
for
here
real,
now,
like,
ladies and gentlemen. This is a panel about XSplit.
XSplit got me my
Here we
job.
are.
I work for XSplit. 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 Mike's drop.
That's awesome, man. So kind of one of the things I want to talk about is just communities and stuff like that. So I know like the fight game community is huge. What's like your interactions with? How has it been becoming like? Because you're kind of like, I know you don't like people to say it, but like you're kind of one of the figureheads of that community, man.
Well,
Like,
thank you, Chris.
yeah, it's true. Like, and what is it like in that community for you?
So, it kind of reminded me of why I wanted to get into broadcasting in general in the first place. Especially when I first started, and as I said, it was not very popular to broadcast fighting games. At that time, it was kind of like a family getting together. So even if it was just me streaming a tournament out of New York, there would be guys in Florida like, man, I wish I was in New York right now so I could come join the tournament and see my friends, right? And as it expanded and as it got bigger and it started getting to the major events, sure, there'll be 10,000 or 20,000 or even more people. But out of those 10,000, I can say maybe I've met a good amount of them personally, and they've come to me and they've shook my hand and said, Spooky, thank you so much. I got to watch my friends play, or you know, I got to play on your stream and I learned so much, or I won a tournament on your stream. Woohoo! Thank you so much. So yeah, I kind of like that family aspect of it. I feel like oftentimes it's actually the same people watching the streams over and over, and they're just so ingrained in it now that they can't help it. You know, they have to keep watching. They're a part of it.
That's nice, man. How about you, AJ?
I have a weird community. They're the most sadistic
I'm
people I've
subscribed to
ever
like all of these
seen.
guys, so
Well,
I've
the
seen
thing
it.
is, like, my stream itself, I love to punish myself on my stream. Punishment, exercise, workout. We got
It's
Shake Weight,
amazing.
but also I grew up in Japan, so I loved my Japanese crazy variety show that I implement. I get punishment like plastic butt, get hit in butt. Get a clothespin, wear a panty stocking, wear mitts, and then
Duct tape
yeah,
around the
duct
mitts
tape
as
around
well.
the
I've
wrist,
seen him
and then
do
play
that.
the video games and try to beat it within time limit, or else I eat this weird crazy juice. I do all those kind of things.
You eat this weird crazy juice.
Yeah, because you can't drink it because they throw in cakes in there and then put stale and kale and.
Now,
I don't
I've
know if
asked
it's
you this
healthy,
question
though.
before. I've asked you this question before, just me and you. So I was like, this is amazing to watch, but like, why do you do this to yourself? This is like your choice. Like, you don't have to, most streamers don't do that.
Well,
Like-
I grew up watching Japanese show. I enjoyed it. I'm like, hey, man, I want to do it. But I wanted someone else to do it, but no one's doing it, so I guess I got to do it. I like it. At the same time, I hate it. It's weird. It's a love and hate relationship. But then that's the thing, though. Like, viewers can kind of do some, like, you know, follow, sub, gather points and use those points to punish me, and then they love to do that too. They really they do not hold back. But at the same time, at the end, it's like, okay, the end of the stream, and everybody like, yay, we loved it. And I'm like, yeah, I love you. And then, yeah, it's a great community, man. I think
Nice, man.
I'm responsible for training them to be sadistic, but you know, it's cool though. It's cool.
Nice,
It's
man.
like it's fun.
How about you, Zonda? What's it like with your community?
See, I think I'm like the opposite, where you said you work out a lot. I eat. I eat a lot.
Sit
There
and
we
eat,
go.
Yeah. That is the way of the future, right? That's what I do.
So my community is just full of trolls. So obviously I kind of grew my channel on like GTA, which is like kids whose parents should not let them play that game.
Yeah.
Like they're all like 12 and 13, and their parents let them play GTA, and they just know that they're just going to cause havoc on the internet. And it's people like me who get like the friggin' back end of their.
You're the guy.
Like,
You're the sponge, just absorbing it all. Like, sure, yeah, shout at me, okay.
I legitimately have viewers that come into my stream purely to bully me, right? And the worst thing is,
That sounds great.
and the worst thing is, because they know that I'm a massive sellout, they sub to me, and then I can't ban them because they give me $5.
LT Zonda will do anything for money, ladies and gentlemen. $4.99, he'll do it.
But no, they're trolls. They pretend they hate me. They secretly love me.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope they do. But no, yeah, it's really, really cool. I do love my community. They're absolutely awesome. And it's been one hell of an experience so far.
That's awesome, man. How about you, Brandon?
My community is like full of great people. Like my stream basically runs as me playing games really badly and making weird jokes and stuff like that, having weird catchphrases like, he needs milk. You have no idea. If you watch my stream, you will see it. I have a milk emote. It's a long story, but I just have a really great community that's full of people of like all sorts of like race, color, and stuff like that. And we just all come together just to have fun. You know, like my stream is just to entertain people. It's not meant to be serious. It's always meant to be fun, funny. I don't take myself seriously, so I want people to like, you know, if you're having a bad day, come by. I'll make fun of myself by doing something stupid, and if I did a good job by making you laugh, like that made me happy, you know. Exactly.
I will say now, Brandon, while you're here, like, it sounds like I'm about to do, actually, no one will know what This Is Your Life is. That's a reference from 90s UK TV. Never mind. Like, I've watched some of your streams and watched some of your stuff, and it really feels like you're doing, like, important work in the community and helping a lot of people, and it seems your community has really helped you as well. Like, I've seen stuff where you were going through some hard times, and people really helped you out. Your community came together and donated, and without them, you wouldn't have been able to do some of that stuff. And that,
yeah,
you do important work. I just wanted to point that out while we're in front of people.
Yeah, before I started working for XSplit, I was working for a marketing agency, and unfortunately, I was let go on my birthday, and I was out of work for like 3 months. So streaming was literally my only source of income. I had nothing at all, and like I was going through hard times, which I always never wanted to stream like for money. But there's times where you just have to, and they just one day came together where I was like, you know, either I'm gonna be on the streets or I just need to, I need money. And in one night, like out of nowhere, just like people start donating out of nowhere, which is like I always have that highlight on my stream, so I can remember like there was a time where I was so down, and it was just nice to know that people, even though I don't like know them, like you know they're on the internet, that people care. And it felt good that, you know, they wanted to help me, and I want to help a lot of people, but I don't want something back in return, and it just really felt good to have that kind of community do that for me. Yeah.
That's awesome, man, and that seems to be the main thing for like all of you guys. Like it's kind of like a family, and just you've kind of grown up with these people on the internet and stuff like that, and yeah, I think that's awesome. So I just want to throw that out there. Nothing really necessarily to do with making you buy XSplit, but it's nice, right? Let's have a nice panel. But yeah, speaking of which, we're going to throw to a video now that's all our community people sort of telling you what they do with XSplit, what they like to do online and things like that. And then we got some other people coming up. We're going to be talking about the new Logitech camera. So stick around. But for now, let's check out this video.
What's going on, guys? My name is Mike, aka Jiggy, and I've been a Twitch streamer for about 3 years now. When people ask me, why do I use XSplit, I always tell them the same thing. It's an amazing creative tool that allows me to show any idea that I come up with.
My name's Faye, and today I'm going to talk about XSplit. I've been streaming for a little over a year, and when I started streaming, it was a little bit of a headache until I found XSplit. I'm super busy, time is of the essence. I wanted a high-quality stream, and XSplit made it so easy.
Hey there, Internet. My name's Jack Danger, and I'm the host of the premier pinball-focused stream on Twitch, Deadflip. The reason I love XSplit so much is for its versatility. Its ability to sync up and keep synced 3 to 5+ cameras at one time if I got to change stuff on the fly is very important to me, and XSplit does just that.
Well, there we go. Look at that. I just got a guy going like, "You're back!" And I'm like just sitting here like,
what are we doing?
"Oh, what's up? Hey." How's it going, guys? Would you mind introducing yourself to the lovely people?
Sure. I'm Abby. I work with Logitech G as their social media manager and brand ambassador person.
Damn. All right.
And I also go by a cosplay name of Abby Darkstar.
Okay,
So
that's
there's all that stuff. But I'm here to talk about Logitech G stuff. And I brought...
Hey everybody, I'm Steven. I'm known on Twitch and YouTube as SMK Gaming 05. I'm basically a Pokemon and a first-person shooter broadcaster on Twitch.
Nice.
We're going to talk about the brand new camera today from Logitech.
Awesome, guys. So the C920 for quite a while has been like, that's the standard.
Yeah.
When I was looking for a webcam, not that long ago actually, and now you launched a new one, but whatever. But I was looking for a webcam, everything said online, you want the C920. That is the standard camera. Like, you want the best webcam, C920. C922 has now come along, and it's got a whole bunch of cool things in it that are just designed for streamers at this stage.
Right.
When when it came up, it was what can we do to make streamers' lives easier? You know, for instance, it's got a tripod that comes with it. So if you don't want to go out and spend, you know, $20, $30, $40 on a different tripod, you've got one straight in the box. You can stream in 720 at 60 frames per second.
Nice.
So when you get those high-def games that you're playing, you don't have to sacrifice the quality of them. I mean, if you want to go full in, go full in.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed a lot when I'm using the new web camera is once I got it to 60 frames a second, I instantly saw everything super clear, and I was like, this is insane. And it really sticks out for me because I'm known as a Pokemon streamer. So when I'm streaming Pokemon, it's not a, you know, crazy 60 frames a second game.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're just like, dude, I'm like really sticking out of everything. But when you're streaming a game like Counter-Strike, for example, like you're gonna basically flow exactly the same way as the game's flowing when you're streaming at 720, 60 frames a second. So now having that web camera, in my opinion, is just fantastic. It's a good step forward for any kind of broadcaster.
It's nice, man.
And it also has a
You're fine.
background.
It's got that as well,
yeah,
so you know.
Yeah, it's got Animal from Muppets in the box. No, just kidding. It also has a background replacement. There, I got
There
it
you
out.
go.
There, I got it
Boom.
out. That comes with it. So say if you're in a small apartment or you don't have a lot of streaming space, you can use this tool that is built into the camera to replace your background into your layouts.
Well, that thing for me is kind of a big deal because in terms of my setup, I got the C922 and I was like, I kind of want to do removal stuff, green screen stuff. But I don't have a particularly big office. So it's like, do I want to hang this giant curtain up, make my girlfriend very sad that I'm like, can just a bit of the wall be a green curtain? Do you mind that? It's like, yeah, I would rather you didn't do that in the house we've just got. So that being able to do that is genuinely helpful.
I mean, you could just paint your wall. Like this whole wall could just be green, like at my house.
You could. Oh, you actually
just
painted
do
the
that.
wall.
Yeah, I just painted the whole wall from like top to bottom. It was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. Or if you don't want to paint a wall,
you can use the brand new web camera.
Exactly. You could. Or if we're probably going to have the same problem where they're like, no, the wall cannot be that color green.
Nah, green's a good color. You'd like it.
It's nice. It's
But
nice.
it also has a cool feature with, you know, when you're on stream, you have lights. You have a light set so people can see you and not say, oh my God, look at her spots underneath her eyes.
People wouldn't say that.
Oh, yes, they do.
They're so nice there.
No, yes, they do. But it comes with an automatic light correction. So it helps you balance all that stuff out. So you're not going tweak, 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 tweak. It does it all for you.
Nice, that's awesome. Also, I understand, I'm just wearing one of their shirts right now, that maybe in the box there's something that sounds like XSplit and is XSplit.
Yes.
That already comes in there, which is kind of a cool feature.
It is. It comes with a 3-month subscription to XSplit. So
Or 6 month.
Or 6 month, depending
If you
on
don't want the tripod.
Yeah, tripod 6 month, no tripod 3 month.
And I think they're the same price though, right? Like
Yeah,
whichever one you go
99.
for.
That's
Because that was one thing, because we had a little party the other day and like launched the whole camera and all that stuff. One thing I thought was quite cool was that it was like, it's the same price as the last one. Like this is a brand new camera and new stuff, but it's like, it's not going to cost you any more. Like you're not going to look at the other one and go like, oh, now this one's like $400. It's like, no.
Well, here's the thing, is something that Logitech G is really big on community. And we understand that the stream community is so important because this is where we build friendships. This is where we can talk games. And it doesn't matter if you're an amazing e-athlete or you are like me and absolutely suck but are still having fun. You are playing. You're playing more. And we want people to play more. We don't want people to feel like that because you can't afford this $279 webcam that you can't be a part of our community, and we want to make it attainable for everybody to be a part of our community.
I think that's super important as well, like as a thing that you've actually done, because these are very good webcams. Like I said, it's not like this is sort of like, nah, it's alright, it's the budget one. That's the one that when you read online, it's like, yeah, that's the best. Get that. But it's still affordable, you know? So that's good.
Well, the one thing you could still do in XSplit, for example, is what I did when I was testing out the camera, because I had, like I said, my whole wall is green.
Yeah.
So you can still, if you don't want to use the background placement, you can go in XSplit and just use the chroma key and just have, you can use that if you're green screen as well. So now you have options. So if you have like a very cluttered room, you can use the background replacement, or if you're like me and have a green wall, you can still use the chroma key. So now you have options now, and I don't think we've never had that before as streamers. So when it comes to having a product like the C922, it's just a good investment towards the future. So if you're brand new to streaming and you have like this huge cluttered room, you can have the background replacement, or you can just be like me and just paint your whole wall green and you'd be all right.
And not have to do the pre-stream clutter cleanup.
Oh yeah.
Just shoving it all into a box. I'll deal with this later.
Pretty much.
Yeah, which is nice. So we're probably going to wrap things up here now. Sorry,
Feels
guys.
bad, man.
But people can get this webcam like now.
Yes,
like,
it is available now. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on the Logitech website, gaming.logitech.com, and also at Amazon.
Awesome. And it's great that we've got this camera that is just designed to work with XSplit. Like, we've got Strexum, you want your overlays. We've got Challenge if you're running a tournament. We've got Player.me, brings it all together. Everything in one nice package that just all works, and you can just do
like
everything.
Like a streamer kit. Is like
Exactly,
here's number
just
one
out of the
in a
box.
streamer kit. And if you guys want to check out the camera, it's over at the XSplit booth. You can play around with it, the background replacement, everything. Just have fun.
Awesome.
If you guys have any questions about the camera, just come. I'll be right over here for a little bit, and you guys can come talk to me about it if you like.
Q&A style.
I'm down.
Live. You're just going to be over there. Questions.
Come at me, bro.
I'll be right over there.
Come at me, bro.
Just we're super aggressive, but it's just like, just ask me some questions about a webcam,
for
please.
Sure. I'm all about the community when it comes to TwitchCon. I was here last year, and now
man.
I'm here. It's just a big, coming together of everybody. And when it comes to just being a streamer, you want to have a very strong community, and that's one of the things I love about streaming versus like making videos. You can make videos every day, like upload once a day or whatever. But when you're streaming, you have your active community right in your face every single day, and then seeing them actually here is just a whole nother experience.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Make sure you check out the C922 webcam, which is out now. Buy it. There you go. That's just applause for that. Like, yes.
Thank you guys for coming.
We will
Thank
buy
you.
it. We'll be here for the rest of the day, and we will see you guys very soon. Thank you for joining us. Have a good
Thank you.
con.
Bye-bye.